There is something unique about heritage architecture, and in this episode we are going to follow the construction of an old world charmer. But the problem is the owners want to put a modern interior. Welcome to Build Me a Home. We find out the ins and outs of building this style of home with today's materials. We meet the builder who's making the process clearer and smarter with some awesome online apps. And we meet a growing family whose new home pays homage to their grandparents, the original owners of the site. We're in Preston, 9 kilometres north of Melbourne CBD. It's a close vicinity to the city, quiet suburban streets, and its continued growth in infrastructure and cafe culture has seen house prices in Preston rise dramatically over the years. Joe and Netta bought this house 5 years ago from their family. Originally Joe's grandparents' house and the scene of many Sunday adventures for young Joe. Now it's their turn to create their own memories. Unfortunately, the old house was too far gone to renovate, so they've decided to knock it down and pay homage to the past by building a traditional styled home. We meet Netta before they build. So what's going on here? I mean, this is going to be your own home, isn't it?
It is. It was my husband's grandparents' house.
Yep.
So we bought it about 5 years ago.
So you bought it off the family, obviously.
We did. Yeah.
Okay, no worries. So I guess did your husband grow up in the house?
He did.
Oh,
he did.
my goodness,
so,
that is amazing.
He spent heaps of Sundays and days here, just with his grandparents.
Okay, so what's the plan here? What do you want to achieve?
Okay, so we want a period style house. We want it to blend in with the rest of the street, so we don't want it
Okay.
to stand out. Period style house, inside modern.
Okay.
So something with a big living area.
Is character homes your thing?
Character home.
You love that?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, it's just something, even growing up, I've always loved it. I think they don't date.
Okay.
So it's something that, you can look at a house from, 80 years ago and it still looks
That's so
nice.
true, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the old house is a beauty, isn't she?
It's got the cement sheeting, it's got the white pillars at the front.
So Italian.
Oh, yes.
so old Italian, isn't it?
It is.
In a way, there's kind of like a real tribute, I guess, and an honour to your husband's grandparents here.
Yeah, look, they love the house and, my husband loved living here or, growing up here as well. So it's actually nice that we're keeping the house in the family or keeping the land in the family in the same place. So, yeah, it's good.
So what do you think about this area? Are you happy to move to this?
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
This is a very expensive area now.
It is.
Years ago it was working class, but not
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
Preston has just gone ahead and leaps and bounds.
We're so close to the city or the cafes around the corner, so we love that lifestyle.
So you've only got one child, haven't you?
Yes, the plan is to have another one.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so have you made space in the house for extras?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Well, only one extra.
Okay, no worries. You only got
No
one
more, yeah.
Have you chosen a builder yet?
Yes, smart homes.
Smart homes are great because they've got this system online where you can log in and kind of like customise the home by choosing.
Yeah.
How does that work?
You can choose, your bathroom taps or the Caesar stone, the kitchen, what you want it to look like. So you can sort of piece everything together, which is great. And you can see how much things are going to cost and, they're going to add up. Or...
Yeah. This is a great system because sometimes you've got to go back and forth to the builder and ask a question about one tap.
Yeah.
Not here.
No,
go online.
Go
It's all
online
there.
and do everything. Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
So when are you starting and when do you think you're going to move in?
We're going to knock down in November and hopefully be the following November. Hopefully it takes about
12 months,
12.
which is about right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be here through the whole process. We can't wait to see how things go. Hopefully there's no dramas.
Hopefully. I'm sure there will be, but you never know. With building, you always make changes and things
So are
like
you a bit nervous about the whole thing?
A little bit, yeah. It's, once you've seen something on paper and then to watch it go up, you're hoping you've made all the right decisions.
After the break, we see the house beginning to take shape, and later we can reveal the finished home. We're in Preston, about 9 kilometres north of the Melbourne CBD, to watch the build of this traditional style home. Netta and Joe are building on the site of Joe's grandparents' original house. The old house has been demolished, slabs put in, and the frame has gone up. The progress since demolition has been amazingly quick, but long enough for Netta to welcome a new baby into the world. They've all been living with Netta's mum, and Netta is remarkably taking the whole process in her stride.
How are you coping living with your mum?
It's been good.
Are you ready to get out though?
You know what? I've got a little baby, so it's actually been good because she's helped me with everything.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So congratulations, because last time we talked, it was all it hadn't had the baby yet.
No. So we had a little girl.
Well, it's almost done. I mean, everything's in. The kitchen's in. The floorboards have come up an absolute treat. These are going to be fantastic.
Yep, lovely.
Now, what timber have you used here?
It's Weymouth chestnut.
Okay, I've never heard of this before.
Yeah, well, when we went to see the supplier, he said this is, good for walking on, and it's not going to show lots of dents or anything. So
It's really
we went
hard.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah, which is great. The timber windows are absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. I mean, you could have done aluminium, but why?
Yeah. Definitely at the front we wanted to keep all the timber, and at the back we're in the main living area. We did go aluminium on the side of the house because we thought
No one's going
can't
to
see
see
them.
it. Exactly.
So, but here we wanted to really show them off.
How far away are we from moving in now?
I think about 2 months, so
Okay.
November hopefully.
So Melbourne Cup Day?
Yep,
Really?
weekend, yeah.
Now, after Travis hands the house over, you're doing a few things yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, we're going to do the decking at the front, the driveway,
Okay.
all the gardening.
Okay, no worries.
So that'll just take a bit of time.
So do you think the garden will be ready when we move in?
Probably not.
Okay. But that's okay. We'll come and get your thoughts and see how things
Yeah, we've got
work.
ideas of what we want to do, but look, it's a time thing,
Yeah.
weekends.
So furniture, how are you going with that?
Good. Everything's done.
Have you chosen everything already?
Yeah.
Did you choose it before you had the measurements and stuff? Before you
No, we had the measurements. Look, we went back and looked at it, came back, measured it up, taped the floor.
Okay.
So we're hoping everything fits and matches together.
So you're going modern, or are you going to go
Modern.
with all modern furniture? I really love that your idea on this.
Yeah.
Because you've got the beautiful character home.
Yeah.
But you fit it in all the modern elements that you
Yeah,
need.
that's exactly what we wanted. We wanted the look of the period style, but inside we wanted to still keep it modern.
So do you think your 3-year-old's going to be excited to move
He
in?
loves it. Every time he comes here, he goes, "Can we go upstairs?" So he loves it.
Well, the stairs are in now.
Yep.
So has he gone up there and had
Oh,
a
yeah,
had a
definitely.
Has he chosen his room?
Yes.
Okay. That's great. Now, the interesting thing is your husband's grandparents lived here for many years, didn't
Yep.
they?
They built it. So it was a bit teary when we knocked it down. So we didn't know whether to renovate it or knock it down and start again. And there was just too much work to be done. And we thought, let's just build exactly what we
Yeah.
want.
And to pull off this sentimental build, Netta needed the right builder. Luckily for her, she found Travis from Smart Homes, who's found a niche of traditional style builds in our modern world. The build is definitely on its way. In fact, it's getting close to the end now. So just tell us what's going on here. What was the brief here from the owner?
Well, Netta actually gave us a set of plans that are already designed, and we had to go to task on working out all the costings.
Okay.
So before we could do that, we had to go through every single item of inclusion that Netta wanted in her home.
So did the floor plan work as it was?
Yeah, the floor plan was great. We just had to make a few minor tweaks after the frame was put up, because we could sort of walk around and get a feel of what was happening. So
Wow, you're a pretty generous builder to do that.
if that's what the owners want, and I would agree on most of these occasions as well.
Okay, no
most of
worries.
these items.
Well, can we get inside and have a look?
Yep, let's go.
So it's really getting that really nice character here, isn't it?
Yeah,
Character homes do it.
I love character homes. That's exactly where I've positioned my business to be.
Yeah.
It's a niche product.
Would you do modern?
We can do modern,
Okay.
but we're passionate about period style
About this.
homes. Yeah.
And this, I mean, even down to the windows here. I mean, these windows are the real deal.
Yes, they are the timber windows. We've actually we've had about 15 changes to those windows when we were in the specification stage of the
Okay.
project, but we finally got it right with what we wanted.
Judging by the holes that are in the floor here, there's obviously going to be ducts going into the floor, which you don't see much of that these days.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we've got this house is on Bearers of Joyce, So with the benefits of that, we get to put the heating in the floor.
Great.
But the only problems with it is the 6-star energy rating requirements. We needed to insulate the floor, walls, ceiling quite heavily.
Netta was pregnant and has had a child since last we spoke.
Yeah, she's been fantastic, mate. When we were going through the consultation phase, she was pregnant and, you know, she just took everything in her stride. And then we started constructing and sure enough, baby girl comes along and she would be under an enormous amount of pressure, but just handled everything perfectly well. When you build homes for people, it's fantastic when you come across someone that's got such a great personality.
Yeah.
So,
I think it helps if they're really enjoying the process too.
Yeah, that's exactly right. She knows what she wants, and even it's very hard for people to visualise what it's going to be like when they're looking at the plans. But when they come in and see the frame up, you know, things change with their expectations. And it was great that Netta was even able to see what changes she wanted to have made at that frame stage.
Now she's gone through and changed things halfway
Yeah, she's
through.
changed a couple of things, which was definitely required, so we welcome those changes.
Okay.
For some reason, the doors were only 2040s on the plan, and so the frames got framed out for that, but now we've increased them to 2400, which is an absolute must.
So what sort of era are we looking at here?
Well, the front facade is drawn its inspiration from, you know, traditional period style homes.
Yep.
And then the inside, Netta wanted to have that more of a modern feel on the
Yeah.
inside.
After the break, we take a tour of the finished home. Well, the day is finally here. Although the landscaping is yet to be done, the house is finished and the owners are in. I meet up with Joe and Netta to get a tour of their brand new home.
Hi,
Hello,
Gary.
Netta. Great to see you.
How are you?
And you must be Joe.
Yeah.
Hello, Joe. Nice to meet
Nice to
you.
meet you as well, Karen.
And this is your home and you're in.
Yes.
How long have you been in for?
A week.
A week.
Yep.
So we put you on a bit of pressure, haven't we?
Just a little bit.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. It's fine.
But it is looking an absolute treat.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
looking
there is something about this, the heritage houses that just look beautiful.
Thank you.
Can we take a tour?
Yeah,
No
go
worries,
for it.
Hey, this is so nice.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
What do you think, Joe?
I love this area. It's my favourite area. It's so open and so bright and fresh.
So the interior design was all done by Netta, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It's done a great job.
So you guys met, what, how many years ago?
Early 90s, late 80s, for the first time.
For the first time.
Yeah.
So it's only, you've only been married 5 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the kids came along very quickly.
Yeah. Well, because of our age, I suppose we
Had
have
to
to hurry
get
up.
it over.
Well, we should say you're probably in your 40s, I imagine.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not in your 40s yet, though.
Yeah,
Okay. So, and now this is the first time you guys have built together.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's come up an absolute treat, hasn't it?
Thank you.
Well, I mean, getting the balance between modern and traditional
Yeah.
is a real hard thing to get right.
Have we done it?
You know what? I really do think you have.
When we first bought this house, we thought, yeah, you know, it's a house that we want to live in the area.
I mean, this is a really special home for you.
Yeah. Oh,
You
holds
kinda-
a lot of good memories, great memories. And
You kind of grew up here, really.
Yeah.
Was that kind of part of the reason why you actually wanted
Yeah.
to live here?
Yep. I still remember my grandfather saying, you know, if you ever have the opportunity, I'd love for you to own this house.
Well, I mean, love is certainly in the home. I mean, it's a beautiful home, and you've done such a great job of
Thank
putting your love into it because, my goodness, your interior design skills are unbelievable.
Thank you.
Don't you reckon?
I must admit, I mean, what she has done with this house, the way she's decorated, I I've been blown away. I said, in your previous life, you were an interior designer. It's just,
Not quite, but
Maybe
No,
in your next life.
maybe.
Joe's one very lucky man because he's got a very good woman behind him. Watching those two guys talk about what they wanted at the very start was just wonderful. You can see that there was, there was no compromising on some features of the home and there was compromise on the other. So I just sit back and have a bit of a laugh thinking who's going to win this one. Most of the time Netta won it, but Joe's he trusted her too and he knew that she was going to deliver. The great thing about building these houses from this period is the passion that the clients have got about their homes. We've built plenty of modern homes before and nothing compares to the amount of passion that someone's got when you build a period style home. They all know what they want because they get inspired from all different areas. There's so much on the internet these days and so many great shows out there. So, they get inspired really easily and they're able to communicate with you what they want in their home. And Netta just absolutely knew every single detail that she wanted in this home and working with her was just fantastic. I like to call this style of home a modern day period home. You can blend modern elements with this house, such as the vinyl wrap kitchen, Caesar stone bench tops and things like that, and they just blend in seamlessly with the timber flooring. We've got that wood grain look and looks like it's textured, brick pattern tiles, and it just all comes together.
The whole interior design. What are we calling this? What's this look? You know how we'd like to name a look or a theme?
We've been saying that it's just very fresh.
that's the word of the month, modern fresh.
Is our word.
I think if I was giving you a title for a magazine, I'd probably say like a modern casual.
Modern casual.
Modern casual.
Well, we
I'd say.
did want it to be casual as well.
Yeah.
We've got 2 kids, so we don't want it to be,
Yeah.
a house where no one's allowed to sit down or play or,
Do you remember growing up, they had the good room where you couldn't
We're Italian.
Oh no, you couldn't go into the front room because,
That's why we designed the house so we didn't have any of those rooms. We didn't want a formal dining room or anything
Yeah.
like that. We just wanted it very casual.
But we thought that was a waste of space anyway, have a formal dining room at the front. So,
Yeah.
who's going to use it?
Yeah,
No
that's
one.
right.
Yeah. The French doors all along the back of the home. There's 3 sets there.
Yep.
Yeah.
The floor to ceiling glass there is the success story in this space.
We've been supplying smart homes with air timber windows for the past 7 years. They make a quality product and we fit in with their quality product with their windows. We supply awning windows, casement windows, double hung windows, arches, bifold windows and doors, sliding windows and doors, and stacker doors. In this house we've put in mainly French doors. They're a KD hardwood French door, that's a kiln-dried hardwood French door. Over the years of testing and designing, we designed a range of windows, but also architects and draftsmen will design the plans and then we'll make the windows to the plans.
So when Netta first used Clevertick, which is a web application that I developed that showcases the products that you can get inside a home and tells you how much a house is going to cost, and as you make your selections, the overall contract price changes. Since then, we've developed more technology that allows the new home buyer to experience the home the way they want to experience it. So they take a 3D virtual tour of our display homes, and in fact we're going to get a 3D virtual tour done on this as well because we want to promote the customised, the custom built homes that we can do. It's fantastic new technology that's out there. Everyone's so busy these days and internet breaks down time and geography. You don't have to be at a certain place at a certain time. You can be on the comfort of your couch and experiencing display homes the way that you want to experience them, and you can show your family, things like that. We know we want to touch and feel the products, so we know that. We're not trying to take that away from our new home buyers, but the beautiful part about the 3D virtual tours is they get to, if there's houses there that they don't want to go and walk in and waste their time, they don't need to because they've already checked them out on the web. A house like this would cost between 550 and 650,000. It really does all depend on the type of inclusions that you want. There can be $120,000 difference in inclusions if you want there to be.
It's interesting, watching you do the process, Netta, just seeing how much you'd loved it. I mean, I've seen the other side of it too, when people have just hated it.
Yeah.
So it's funny, this has been a real
Yeah, no,
project.
I've enjoyed it. It wasn't like stressful or anything. I was at times, but like this week. Yeah. No, but no, I did actually enjoy it. I would do it again for someone else.
Okay.
So I wouldn't. I mean, I love the
But nothing
house,
ever
so
went wrong really, not to any great proportion. It was just,
Everything was
we
pretty
found
smooth.
it's pretty smooth.
That's great. Well, I mean, Smart Homes did a great job.
Yeah.
Why did you choose them in the end? Why
Well, we were
That's-
looking for
Kudos to
builders
them.
and we're on the internet looking for people who do period style homes, and we found them. One day we said, let's go for a drive, so drove down there, saw the house, and then we did get other, quotes and things like that. We saw other builders, and then we thought, let's stick to Smart Homes. That's what they do.
Yeah.
They do the period style homes.
They do it
and,
really well.
And we spoke to Jake at the start, and he was really good with everything. So then we just decided to go with them, and you know what? You do hear horror stories of people saying, oh my God, my builder and this and that, but they've been fantastic.
Thank you so much for allowing us to come on the journey with you. We've had an absolute ball. It's just great to see, get insight into your lives and just watch it happen. So thank you. Thank you so much, Netta.
Thank you, Gary.
Thanks so
Gary.
much, Joe.
Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it. In our changing world, it's great to see that some styles never go out of fashion. This new house sits beautifully alongside its older neighbours, and inside the living is modern and fresh. A perfect blend of old meets new.